Hi everyone. So we're here on my second virtual coffee with Christoph Peppers. That is one of my guests today. He's head of online marketing at GF Hospitality, and his expertise is around e-commerce and digital marketing in the hospitality industry. As many guests that I'll have, Chris already has a ton of experience, with a decade of experience actually working within the hospitality industry, working in various relevant hotels, such as hotels, and with a big focus on distribution, CRM, online revenue optimization, and very passionate since I've met him around automation and process efficiency. I don't know, Chris, if I presented you well, if there's anything that I missed on my presentation.
Actually, not. I really like that. So you can just go ahead with that. Just keep on going.
No, Chris, like one of the topics that brings us here today is around one topic that I'm super passionate, but to be honest with you, brings us a lot of headaches at HiJiffy. That is integrations.
Yeah,
That it looks like sometimes that it's so easy to solve, and at the same time
it's the
you as
hardest
a
thing to
tech
solve.
vendor or as an hospitality industry, you go against it, or you have a wall every day, and it seems
Yeah,
so easy and at the same time so difficult. So the topic that brings us today is integrations, not islands, implementing tech that actually talks. And
yeah,
this seems simple, and while I talk with other people, friends of mine, family members from other industries, for them it seems very straightforward. Unfortunately for us within the industry, it doesn't. So when we talk about hotel integrations, what does that mean to you beyond just connecting systems with an API?
Well, actually, I was thinking about like a good word for it. What would describe it in a perfect way? But I think it means like imperceptible, seamless, smooth working tech. I think that should be like the features a good working or a good implemented tech should have. Because you as a hotelier should not worry about like data flows or hiccups the tech might have, and it's actually about the ease of use of a system of tech for the guests that are staying at your hotel, but also for your employees. It has to go both ways. All of them, like the guests and your staff, need to be able in a fast and easy way to work with tech, whatever it is you implement. And it also means like you're having an infrastructure that gives you the ability to focus really on what's most important in hospitality, which is hospitality. And that's the thing. And I think
Definitely.
we always, not always, but most of the time we get caught up in stuff like behind the doors and trying to figure out stuff that is not working instead of like really taking care of the guests. And especially when you look at the private side of things, you are working for a tech provider, yes, but of course, you in your private life probably have a pretty good digital setup, right? Like at home, for example. Yeah, maybe you have a smart TV, you have an Alexa, you have like Wi-Fi light bulbs. That's at least what we have here, and you of course want to take that with you as soon as you leave the house, and with staying at another place, maybe a hostel, maybe a hotel, whatever, you want to have that convenience or that benefit that you build up in your own private surroundings, want to have that as well in a hotel, and to really be able to feature that and to provide that service is hard. You said in the beginning, it should be so easy, and I would be very interested in all of the comments and the feedback that your friends have in other industries. But I think especially in hospitality, as we have so many different areas, so many different providers where you can actually integrate tech in your property, and all of these solutions need to speak to each other. You really need to take care of the data flows and stuff. It is, I think, it people always seem to say, well, it should be easy or it is easy. Yes, from a tech provider perspective, or maybe from an IT perspective, yes. But from an operational perspective, it's way harder than a lot of people would acknowledge it to be.
Yeah, definitely. But when I say it should be easy, my vision or my idea, I don't know if you know Zapier as a major API. So basically, Zapier, what they do is you plug and play with them, and then you're connected to various softwares. And that's my idea of something that should exist on the hospitality industry. That is a big barrier to innovation. And I mean, for small startups to show up in the industry is around, in my opinion, it's around actually connecting and integrating with a space that is very fragmented, with a lot of PMSs, with a lot of booking engines, with a lot of CRMs. And that makes a lot of startups in the initial phase die because it's a chicken and the egg problem. When you start tackling a prospect, a potential client, the client says, yeah, I love your product, but are you integrated with A, B, C, and D? And your answer normally is, no, I'm not. And then it doesn't accelerate actually taking that part that it's all about execution. It's not about innovation. It's all about execution. And that makes a big, big barrier. Great. Another question that I had for you is when actually, even right now on a more of an advisor that you are for hospitality, or in the past when you were working in a hotel chain, when you evaluated new tech, what advice would you give to hoteliers, or you're giving actually to hoteliers, to ensure it will integrate well into other existing stack? On the flip side, what's a common mistake you actually see hotels make on when trying to connect systems?
I think I might answer the second question with the first
with the first
answer,
one.
with the answer for the first one. So let's see. So I think, and I've experienced that myself as a person, but also within the companies I've worked for, that you kind of get lulled in the nice presentations or the new functionalities, and maybe even some competitor bashing. I've heard that as well. Yeah, competitor XYZ is shitty and blah blah blah, work with us, and so on and so forth. Or you just get, oh, you have a fancy discount offering. Oh my god, that's actually always a thing, you know? Okay, because that's what people expect nowadays. Hoteliers, okay, and when I'm going with you, what is the discount and stuff? It's something super strange and stupid, because I think tech has a price and has worth to it, and then just always this discount thinking is super annoying. But besides that, I think hoteliers might really get into all of these things, instead of just trying to get a clear picture and think of, okay, what it would be the benefit of that new tech, of that solution that I might be implementing. And you really need to challenge the tech provider. You really have to ask a million questions. You have to do testings. There's no way around it. Make people give you test accounts. Make some test implementations, maybe for one property, to really see, okay, how does it look like, how does it work, or maybe just use test data and stuff. But also, I think when talking about new tech and trying to implement stuff, there's usually one person that is contacted by a provider. And maybe it may be like the IT department, the distribution guy, the e-commerce manager, whatever. And if that person thinks, well, that might be a very beneficial tech for us, for our hotel, for our company, that it might be super interesting. But actually, right at that point, you need to make sure that you get the whole team on board. That might be influenced in the slightest way. So maybe we're talking about like an e-commerce solution, but of course, you just need to take the website team, the IT team, the distribution team, take them on board and make them aware of your kind of idea that you might have, or this new fancy tool that's popping up on the landscape, and make them really have a closer look at it, collect all of these questions that might pop up, use their perspective, because I'm just a single person. I only have my way of thinking and my way of working, but having all of these other people in your team, being aware of what it would mean or what it would look like if company XYZ would be implemented in a certain area. Maybe operations, maybe the back office, whatever. Then you get a bigger, like a really big question catalog of stuff the provider really needs to answer. And then that would be the first step, really to get some clear feedback, and you can just have tick boxes. Okay, yes, he's capable, he's capable, he's capable. And then of course make sure that stuff tech providers say, well, we are capable of doing that, or we have that functionality, make them prove it. Maybe because sometimes it's just like, okay, we have that, and that means we have that on the roadmap. And that might not be the right way or the right approach to it. But yeah, just get the team on board, get everyone on board. Even though it's hard, I really know about that. It's really hard to get everybody into all of these conversations, because sometimes we are not just talking about 2 or 3 people, it's then maybe 7 or 8 people, and not everyone is available at the right time. But still, that's the main thing, and that's what I said. That's also the answer for your second question. If you don't do that, and that's like probably a really common mistake, that somebody thinks, that's a cool feature, we need that. May it be on the booking engine, may it be a website in general, may it be in an operations, but get everybody on board.
Yeah, that's a great insights that I think you gave there. That is, first of all, in my opinion, and I think yours too, is the part of integrations and having new providers. It's really important that people go for a scope or a specific goal, because I do feel that sometimes, as we are also traumatized in the hospitality industry around integrations, we ask for integrations just for the sake of integrations. We don't even know what's the scope or what's the goal, the end goal for that integration. It's just, is it integrated? Yes or no. And then you came up with another thing that we already know. That's the truth of life and world. That is, you can have a sales rep in front of you that is overselling. So having that validation that you just had mentioned, of having someone more technical within that vendor and trying to explain how that integration, how that product works, and showing real examples, I find it super, super useful. Chris, thank you so much for your insights. It was lovely speaking with you.
Thank you very much for having me. See you, Tiago.
See you.